listens to him when he speaks. This is an expression that is fitting only to very few people in the world. And today we have one such person amidst us. He is none other than the great scientist, speaker, writer, thought leader, and whatnot. The multifaceted personality, His Excellency Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. May I request him to take the floor and make his inaugural address now.
Friends, namaskar. I was in Kerala for 20 years, 1962 to 1982. So I can be called Keralite. And these 20 years, one thing I realized, Kerala, indigenous science, indigenous technology, and the indigenous treatment is proud of. Kerala can be proud of because Ayurveda area is very prominent. And now in this dais, I see the family of N.K. Padmanabh Vaidyar and see in front of me 90 plus Dr. P.K. Warrier, and he is well known for his unique contribution. So friends, Ayurveda is indeed a natural way of health care. I would like to greet my friend Vailar Ravi, MP, and V.S. Sivakumar sir, Minister for Health, and Balakrishnan MLA, and Eden MLA, and N. Radhakrishnan, P. Krishna Kumar, and Sri Balakrishnan, other dignitaries and guests. Dear friend, first of all, I would like to congratulate Kerala for giving unique position to Ayurveda because of unique contribution made by a late N.K. Padmanabh Vaidyar and his family, and the lifetime service rendered by Dr. P.K. Warrier, who is in front of us. I could see Dr. P.K. Warrier in three-dimensional form today. Of course, I have seen him number of times, dedicating his whole life for Ayurveda. My greetings to all of you. I am delighted to participate in the presentation of the Lifetime Achievement Award just now I gave to Dr. P.K. Warrier, Chief Physician and Managing Trustee of Arya Vaidyasala, Kottakkal. My greetings to the doctors, medical professionals, healthcare specialists, researchers, students, and distinct guests on this occasion. Friends, as you may know, late N.K. Padmanabh Vaidyar, who dreamt of an India free of liver disease and envisioned liver specialty clinics across the world. And he was born in a traditional Ayurvedic family in Vallat, Kerala. He had more than 50 years of relentless research, especially in using Ayurveda to create life-saving drugs. I am told he invented 30 such medicine to cater formulation to cater the patients of kidney stone, gallbladder stones, liver diseases, hepatitis B, diabetes, and cholesterol. I believe that Sri N.K.P. Vaidyar was a pioneer with spirit of invention to solve the problem of human ailment and diseases. I am happy to know that N.K.P. Vaidyar Research Foundation aims to pursue this vision further through dedicated initiatives. I am glad one of the primary aims of the foundation also includes popularizing Ayurveda across the globe, striving to create a world free from liver diseases, and standardizing and modernizing Ayurveda through scientific research. The Nepal Liver Corporation initiative for spreading awareness in schools about liver diseases, food habits, and necessity of preventing recurs, and lifestyle is indeed a novel step in the direction of the preventive health care. I am also happy to know that the foundation in digitizing Ayurveda knowledge, instituting the Navaratna scholarship, and also engaged in recognizing pioneering work of Ayurveda in the form of Lifetime Achievement Award, the Ayur Samman. Now, the hero of today function is warrior. Warrior of Ayurveda medicine. I am happy that the first Ayur Samman for lifetime achievement is being present to Dr. P.K. Warrior today. When I look at the life of Sri P.K. Warrior, he has orbited around the sun 93 times, and now he is in the 94th orbit around the sun. My greetings to him and to his family members and to the members of Arya Vaidsala Kotaka. When I study his life, I was happy to note number of unique contributions towards Ayurveda. And he took up the challenge of managing Arya Vaidsala at the age of 32 years as a managing trustee. He is responsible for getting Ayurveda recognized internationally as a scientific system of healthcare of all time relevant, capable of meeting the challenges known up by the passage of time, changing lifestyles. Kottakkal became a synonym for authentic Ayurveda. Nearly 30% of patients seeking treatment and care at the Ayurvedic hospital and research center Kottakkal are from the foreign countries. During his tenure, Dr. Warrior made a special effort to take advantage of the scientific advances and technological innovation to upgrade the processes of medicine manufacturing with a view to enhancing their efficacy and ensuring quality of the products, always taking care not to deviate from the basic tenet laid down in the classical text. He was responsible for maintaining quality control laboratory to test and certify the raw materials and finished product. He is an expert in clinical research, and his continued research effort brought a new hope for rheumatic arthritis and treatment and alleviation of pain in cancer cases with encouraging results. His contribution to Warrior's contribution towards Ayurvedic education is phenomenal for over 2 decades, more than 2 decades, and enriched the interdisciplinary and intradisciplinary subject related to Ayurveda, contributed in a great way towards contemporary medical literature. His work on 500 Indian medicinal plants, giving textual information on their nomenclature, character, identification, along with the detailed illustration, is the most authentic text in the field. He is a great exponent of holistic medicine. While participating and propagating Ayurveda as a scientific system of healthcare, he recognized the validity of other systems and also keep himself updated in the knowledge and experience in those areas. He has been an ardent advocate of the need of adhering to the ethic of the medical practice. He dedicated his life to Ayurveda for the last 6 decades. His name is Warrior, but he became a warrior for Ayurveda medicine and healthcare spread in India and abroad. I am sure Dr. Warrior, who is an inspiration for the young Ayurveda specialists, indeed an excellent choice for this Lifetime Achievement Award. My greetings to him while conferring the Lifetime Achievement Award in his honor of dedicating his life towards Ayurveda. I pray the Almighty for his continued service towards the integrated and healthcare system to the people. Now, friends, health is a pivotal role in development. Our young India with 1.25 billion population, of which 50% below age of 30 years, need to be transformed as a valuable asset by providing them adequate health care, education, and occupation. This human resource will then transform India into a developed nation. The healthcare delivery cannot depend only on allopathic healthcare, but need to harness the time-tested Indian traditional system of medicine, including Ayurveda. India was a knowledge power few thousand years ago. And before the evolution of allopathic healthcare system, our people in India relied on Ayurveda for a few thousands of years. Ayurveda is a science and art. Its practitioners focus on holistic healthcare through mind, body, and soul approach. It is time for us to place this ancient science and medical practice of today on a scientific pedestal. Ayurveda's basic foundation is consciousness. Ayurveda's basic foundation is consciousness and a holistic approach to healthcare. Consciousness is unbounded and infinite, which creates those vibrations, which are the laws of nature. These laws of nature are structured in consciousness. They are not man-made. They are eternal, and they are everywhere as a quantum knowledge. These laws of nature function through the structure of the DNA through different species. All DNA is basically the same 4 base pairs that repeat themselves. But the majority of the DNA is not active. The part which is active is expressed through these laws of nature, through these vibrations. This will be the different species. Then as the consciousness is changing up the DNA, charging up the DNA, what happens? These vibrations or fluctuations of consciousness get materialized. That ultimately produce the body, whether it is an animal body or plant body or human body, as a planet, the cosmos, or whatever. Now in the human body, different laws of nature materialize in different rates, and that create different organ system like liver or kidney. Each one of them is working at a different vibration. If these vibrations are distorted and they are not in the right frequency, either due to psych disturbances in the mind, or due to food or drink or environment or other influences, it distorts the vibration of these organs. When the vibration do not work properly, the structure which was originally formed has different vibration. Now it is not working in the same vibration, hence it is diseased. Health can be maintained and disease can be prevented through technology is advancing. People are still falling sick. Healthcare costs keep on increasing, and there is no way to reduce that unless you introduce prevention. The best prevention is through Ayurveda, because it is a very comprehensive system. Since it is based on natural medicine, which is devoid of toxicity, it is indeed challenge to Ayurveda. Even the Tamil poet Thiruvalluvar mentioned about prevention of disease in Kural 2000 years back. He says, "Marundinna vendam aandarukku arangiyathu atru unin." That means you don't need any medicine provided you eat to your appetite. When the appetite comes, you eat. And also the right kind of food after it is fully digested. Hence the challenge before us is how Ayurveda can be used to prevent the disease by understanding the disease pattern and its genetic basis and its DNA structure, by carrying our integrated research with the modern biotechnology, genomics and proteomics methods, and also tools on medicinal and aromatic plants, so that appropriate medicinal formulation can be evolved in the life form of drugs to prevent the major diseases from the childhood or even from the mother's womb. Let me now share an experience. When I was a scientific advisor to the defense minister in DRDO long ago, we launched a major R&D program on herbs for soldiers' health, and coded this activity as a program Charaka. Many new herbal extracts were developed into nutrition products, and herbal remedies for soldiers and the society. Some of these products include lay berry juice, as an anti-accident beverage from sea bugborne for facilitating high altitude acclimatization. Also, aloe vera cream for prevention and treatment of cold injuries. Herbal adjunct and immunization modulator from amla and other things. A composite Indian herbal preparation, CAHP, was also developed as a basket of 10 herbs and evaluated through a randomized double blind placebo controlled study on about 4,000 soldiers at high altitude. It was found to be effective and after high altitude maladies. Now friends, finally the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology IGIP, a CSER lab, carried out an interesting research study to correlate the patterns of genomic profiles into 3 Prakritis, and very good correlation emerged from this study indicating the scientific rationale of Ayurveda. Pharmacogenetics and customized medicine for individual concept recently being discussed in modern medicine already exist in Ayurveda. Now, particularly in the herbal area, there are potential applications for developing multiple products for nutrition, prevention and cure of disease. On the whole, India is stated to have 40,000 plant species. Out of these, about 3,500 species are medicinal value. Harnessing potential, according to the expert, will not only boost our exports, but also go a long way in the development of dry land agriculture in the country. The demand of medicinal plants is increasing every day. The World Health Organization has projected the global market for herbal products estimated to increase to $200 billion in 2050. Of the global herbal product market, US $80 billion. China has a share around 6 to 7 billion, whereas India's share is not even $1 billion. There are tremendous opportunities for growth in this area. India has a similar potential for promoting floriculture, acuculture in a big way. Now friends, in prevention of diseases, in order to pay respect to the service rendered by Dr. P.K. Varia, what the message we get from his lifetime work? Yes, he is ultimately, it is prevention better than cure. How to prevent? Prevention means keeping the mind, body and soul in balance and order. That means our consciousness should be clear always. Ayurveda's basic foundation is consciousness. Consciousness primarily means moral consciousness. Consciousness is the light of the soul that burns within the chambers of our psychological heart. It is as real as life is. It raises the voice in protest whenever anything is thought of or done contrary to the righteousness. Consciousness is the form of truth that has been transferred through our genetic stock. Now friends, with this I would like to conclude. That dear Ayurveda healthcare friends, you are entering in a big area, big challenge of research. Your mission being to use our brain to remove the pain. Let me recall a profound saintly message to all of us by Maharshi Patanjali about 2,500 years ago. He said, 2,500 years ago, he said, when you are inspired by some great purpose, like Ayurveda, some extraordinary project, all your thoughts break their bounds. Your mind transcends limitations. Your consciousness expands in every direction. And you will find yourself in a new, great and wonderful world. Dormant forces, faculties and talents come alive and you discover yourself to be a greater person by far than you ever dreamt yourself to be. So friends, 2,500 years back, we have such a beautiful advice. Let me conclude the quote from the Charaka. Health is known as happiness, while disorder is an unhappiness. With these words, let me once again congratulate NKP Foundation for honoring Dr. P.K. Varia with a Lifetime Achievement Award. My best wishes to all of you in your mission to bring modern research into Ayurveda and establish it as a national brand in global space. My best wishes. May God bless you.